Taylor potentially a dart or two away from making it 4-1.
58. Till you require 68.
Yeah, he make it 6 darts from here. Hamilton on a big shot. That's a long way off the treble 20. So 16, double 16 for a 4-1 lead for Taylor. And that's what he does. He takes a good lead over Andy Hamilton. Plenty of work for Andy Hamilton to do when we come back. But Phil Taylor goes into the break, leading 4 legs to 1.
Well, it has been a terrific opening night here at the Dubai Tennis Centre, the Dubai Duty Free Darts Masters. The opening night to see James Wade and Raymond van Barneveld beat Simon Whitlock and Adrian Lewis respectively. Wade and Barney in our first semi-final tomorrow. Michael van Gerwen will play the winner of our last quarter-final, Phil Taylor. 4-1 up on Andy Hamilton. Is it going to be a Van Gerwen Taylor semi-final in a repeat of last week's Premier League final. From London to Dubai, the darting dream, the darting journey in just 7 days.
It's Andy the throw first. Game on!
Well, this is a hard road for Andy Hamilton, and it's got to start right here and now. He can't afford to lose this break of throw. He needs to start pounding in the treble 20s. You can just stop the rod a little bit. I mean, we talk about it a lot, you know, throw your opponent off sync a little bit. Very hard to throw this man, but you know, a lot of his darts are going high, Stuart, and that's very hard for Phil Taylor to come down. I expected him to switch, especially after that first dart. So it'll be interesting to see, because Phil Taylor's perfect dart is the one just in the bottom of the treble or just below the treble, where Andy Hamilton prefers them just above.
We talked quite a bit about Phil Taylor. Do you agree with me about Andy Hamilton that for his future at the high level of the sport, he needs to start winning tournaments?
Well, you say that, but in a lot of other sports, there's a lot of players have stayed at the top by just doing what they're good at and grinding out results, and Andy at the moment is staying in there because of that. I mean, no other player I think can say that they've made the quarter-final of every event last year. So that shows his consistency. You know, whether just the odd game he needs to step it up, and that will get him into a final and win one, and then of course once you've won one, it makes the rest a lot easier. You're not putting yourself under pressure. So there's no question he's got a good solid game. He just needs to do it at the right time.
The first event of the brand new World Series of Darts, live here in Dubai, and what a venue it's been, and what a fantastic opening night it has been as well. More events to come. Australia is on the radar, maybe Singapore, maybe America. But I know plans are afoot, that's for sure, as Hamilton looks at tops. Got to win this, can't afford to go 2 breaks down. Good dart, Andy Hamilton does stop the run after losing 3 consecutive legs. Taylor, though, does have that 1 break of throw in the bank. Race to 10 to take on Michael van Gerwen. But big plans in the pipeline, Rod Harrington.
Yeah, it's huge for darts, huge for the players. Next year it'll be somewhere in the region of £7 million in prize money put up. Well, it could be well over $250,000 just in the youth and challenge tour events. It's all a very exciting time. It's all going worldwide. I mean,
you missed the boat, didn't you, when you were playing? You missed the boat.
Well, that happens, you know. That's the way it is. A lot of players have missed the boat, but I'm still enjoying the game. I don't have to play no more. I don't like being beaten, to be quite honest. But the way the game is going worldwide, I know, you know, a lot of people have tweeted me and others. You know, people are picking it up in India.
Yeah, India and the Far East is going to be a really big market, and I know that the PDC chairman Barry Hearn has big plans, so big announcements to come, I'm sure, as Andy Hamilton produces 3 more big darts, 4 180s from the hammer so far. Don't write him off. A real battler, a real fighter.
It's ironic that the players that have had the most 180s in the game have actually lost the games tonight. I mean, Andy's beaten Phil 4-1 and he finds himself 4-2 down. Adi hit more than Barney did. Wes hit more than Michael van Gerwen did, and I think Whitlock hit more than Wade, so that's an ironic stat. We were saying about that, you know, these go worldwide. You know, I had Ashford from India. Say hello to him while we're on air. You know, he loves his darts, played in the World Championships a few years ago. And certainly them areas will be looked at as the future goes on.
Well, this has been broadcast live around India. It's all part of the expansion plans, and I wouldn't be surprised if at some stage in the next decade we see a big tournament live in India.
Phil, you require 100.
Well, there's no question about that. That will come.
evolution rather than revolution. That's been the motto of the PDC. The motto of Taylor has been win, 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 and he was very close there to winning a 5th leg. But Hamilton here with a chance now to break the Taylor throw. Big darts. Oh, and Hamilton does. He prevails, a 4th 180, and from 4-1 down, Hamilton now throwing to give us a level game. And we did say, if anyone's capable of coming back, it's Hamilton. He will fight, no matter how far he's behind, he will battle away.
Well, he's in there again. This could be his 5th. That's unlucky, it just caught the flights as it come in, but he'll settle for a 140 to kick a leg off. And again, in that previous leg, he missed the double top, but the double 10 come to his rescue. And now, like you say, he's throwing to level the match up. And Taylor really hasn't got into any stride at the moment, no consistency in his throwing, in his power scoring. And this is where Hamilton is good at taking advantage of players. That's why he's made the quarter-finals that he has. And of course, he's made a few finals as well.
Well, we remember the World Final, don't we? A couple of years ago when he lost to Adrian Lewis in the World Championship final. Never really got going in the final. He played magnificently, didn't he, for 2.5 weeks, and I think will always be a regret of his that he probably saved, well, he did save his worst performance for the most important game. He just ran out, literally ran out of steam.
Yeah, of course. Lewis was playing exceptional at the time and really did take some beating, as he does. Oh, I thought it was going to be in again, but certainly 2 140s in this leg has given him control, and he really should not give this leg up from here. He'll have at least 6 darts from 124. Don't make any mistakes, don't miss any big numbers. He doesn't have to go for the bullseye, so he'll stay on the, if he hits a treble 20, he'll come down to the 16s. He'll come down to the 16s instead of the 14s. That leaves double 8. Well, he's going to return to the board and have at least 3 more darts.
So Hamilton needs double 4 for 4-4.
Well, he walked on that.
Yeah,
he thought that was in.
Me too. I thought that was it. That one is 4-all. It is from 4-1 down. Really, really good performance, good comeback, grit, determination from Andy Hamilton. We've seen it before, we're seeing it now, and we'll see it again. But this is what he does. He chips away, he niggles away, and
it is noticeable, though, Stu, that a lot of Phil Taylor's darts are high, where he prefers that dart just laying under the treble. Like Andy Hamilton, I mean, he hits the barrels and this goes in. He underpitched that. You know, when you've got 2 darts there, a player would overpitch it, slam it into the darts that are already in there, and that 9 times out of 10 it would deflect in. That's a better dart from Taylor. He can actually get the range from that first dart, but a dart that goes above the treble, he finds it harder to get back down to the treble.
And Taylor now is under a little bit of pressure. Coasting at 4-1 in front. Different game now.
Yeah, this is an important leg for Taylor. He can't afford to lose the throw, because that will give Andy Hamilton loads of confidence. And it may just put a little element of doubt into Phil Taylor, like that 60 is, you know, it isn't working for me. Can't find the treble 20 or not. Only 180. He's only hit 540s. And Hamilton's in there again. A 140 here would give Hamilton the edge. And that's exactly what he's hit. Pressure on Taylor.
Taylor will respond.
And you require 140.
Advantage Hamilton. This would be a 4th consecutive leg, you know. Would like to leave it handy. 100. Well, unlucky. Only 60 scored. Taylor, who earlier just missed the double 19 for a 158. May look at the bull here.
Well, Hamilton didn't hit a treble 20 in the previous visit, so instead of having 3 darts of the double, he may only get 1. Well, he's going to get 2 at double 10. He's already hit this twice in his 4 legs. That's the 3rd double 10 for Andy Hamilton. He takes a 5-4 lead. That's 4 legs he's rolled off on the trot against the power, and that's a breaker throw.
What a turnaround. What a turnaround. This is what Andy Hamilton is capable of. This is what he does. We've seen it so often in the big TV events. 4-1 down, throwing here to go 6-4 in front against the power.
I mean, Phil has tampered with his darts, you know, quite a bit over the years to try and improve himself. But this time, you know, them other darts that were the gold colour, I just thought that he was playing absolutely brilliant with them. When he moved from a straight barrel to this bulbous dart, I thought that may be the wrong, but he proved me wrong over that. But this time, he really is finding it a lot longer, a lot harder to get the consistency.
They have new stems in the Premier League a week ago as well. Never afraid to change.
But there's an old saying, Stuart, don't change something that isn't broken.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's Raymond van Barneveld has taken 6 years to come round to that. Won the World Championship against Phil Taylor in the greatest game ever in 2007. Spent the best part of 6 years doing all sorts, mucking around with his darts. Switched back to the darts he won the World Championship with. He's played the best he's played since then.
Well, if you win a World Championship and you beat Phil Taylor in the final, you know, with unbelievable averages and power scoring, I just can't understand why you'd want to change. It really does baffle me at times, but, you know, people do it. I remember Mark Durbridge trying to change the way Phil lays his darts, and in my opinion, it ruined Mark's game.
Mark Durbridge, former World Championship finalist. A blast from the past, who's making a comeback on the Pro Tour. Mark Durbridge won the World Masters, lost to Taylor in the World Championship final, lost to Taylor in the World Match Play final as well, and he's had some problems with a really bad shoulder, hasn't he? Durbridge making a comeback on the Pro Tour. Taylor here hoping to make a comeback on the big stage in Dubai. He was 4-1 up. Look at treble 17.
Well, a chance here for Hamilton to take a 2-leg lead. Got to look at the 19s. Can't go up to the 20s on the 129. 19 treble. Now the treble 20 will lead in the bullseye. Phil may only get 1 dart on the double, but he may not get any if Hamilton can take this bullseye out. Oh, what a great check out. Phil nods his head as he sees the dart go straight in the bullseye. Andy Hamilton 6-4 up against Phil Taylor. What a game we've got on here.
Well, what a finale we are having to the opening night of this history-making Dubai Darts Masters. And at the moment, the master is being beaten. Phil Taylor is 6-4 down after being 4-1 in front, being given a real shake-up by Andy Hamilton, winning 5 consecutive legs, culminating in that 1-2-9 on the ball just before the break. So pressure on the power. Will it be Van Gerwen against Taylor or Van Gerwen against Hamilton in our semi-final on Friday night here at the Dubai Tennis Centre?
Well, certainly Hamilton is growing in stature. His confidence is right up there. He looked a bit dull in the early part of the game, but he's noticed that Phil is certainly not on his game. As these 3 darts are proving, he may get a ton out of that one. But tons, you know, generally are not good enough in the game. You've got to start firing in 140s at a certain time. And Hamilton edges the 140s by 1, 7-6. The 180s by 3, 4-1. Well, there we have it. So Hamilton is outscoring Phil Taylor.
We talk about Taylor, touched on Taylor, perhaps scaling back his commitments. Interesting that after this tournament here in Dubai, he's going to fly back home. Taylor actually owns a villa in Tenerife. He's going to go off to Tenerife for a week. He's going to fly back. He's then going to play the next big TV event, the UK Open in Bolton, in a fortnight's time. And then, when that's finished, he's going back to Tenerife again to relax. And I think that's what he's going to do, get some quality practice in over there, but also have a holiday and just recharge the batteries for the battles ahead for the rest of the year. So literally it's Tenerife, Bolton, Tenerife, after Dubai, Dusseldorf and a few other places.
Well, it is international now, the game of darts. But Phil Taylor yet to hit 2 trebles in a visit here. And he's put the first dart in a treble quite a few times, so he leaves him on 117. And this may kick-start him, but he needs, and again, the dart is nowhere near it. He's hit the 1 treble that he needs to set it up, which has put the pressure on Hamilton now. This would really be 1 nail in the coffin, and that is wayward. That is wayward.
Well, we thought the 1-2-9 on the ball was a hammer blow for Taylor in the 10th leg. Got to stop the rot here. He's lost the last 5 legs. And you don't say that very often about Philip Taylor. But he's won that one. He's back in it.
Well, a bit like the Wes Newton-Van Gerwen game, this is so important for Hamilton to hold on to his throw. It keeps him too clear, it keeps him a breaker throw in front. And Wes Newton, around this time, just let Van Gerwen get at him. And is Hamilton going to let Phil Taylor get into a stride? He's got to keep the pressure on him. He's got to keep putting doubt in his mind.
41.
A little sense of frustration on the face of Phil Taylor there. Doesn't normally show much emotion, but the big tell for Taylor, you just caught a glimpse of it there, when Taylor starts biting and chewing on the flights on his darts. That's the tell, in poker terms, the tell when he's under a bit of pressure.
Yes, that's been identified by a lot of people over the years. And again, the switch, and for Phil, that's miles away. He's just, you know, there's too many visits without 2 trebles. And unless he steps that up, and he knows that he can get over the finishing line here. And certainly, the closer he gets to the finishing line, the more confidence he will get.
Well, just to reiterate, Taylor was 9-5 down to Hamilton in the Big Players Championship tournament in December and won 5 legs on the spin. So it's never done till the job's done, where Phil Taylor is concerned. And that will certainly have crept into the mind of Andy Hamilton. Human nature he will reflect on that at some stage during this game. But look at this.
Well, he certainly didn't reflect on him in them 3 darts.
How about that? Fantastic 171 from the hammer.
Just keeps the pressure on. And again, that first dart is high from Phil. He managed to find the treble this time. And you can see in his face that he knows that 1 treble is not enough. So Hamilton's dart, the 3rd one, maybe at the bullseye, or 2 at double 14. If he hits a treble 18, it will be double 7. So now he wants the bullseye. He's already hit it for a 129.
53. Here we require 133.
This is a big task, the way Phil's playing. As I say, that wants treble 19. What a shot this would be. So Hamilton's coming back.
He wasn't far away though, was he, Taylor, there? Well, I would suggest the biggest 2 darts of the match. Oh, in Andy Hamilton's hands, went 19 for double 8. Double 8!
I think he went for the 3. I just think he missed the big number.
Yep.
Because a double 16 is his favourite double, so that's a let-off. Can Taylor take advantage of it? Has to come right-hand side, and exactly does that. The first big mistake that Andy Hamilton's made, and Taylor has punished him for it.
Well, yeah, I said they were the 2 biggest darts of the match. Those 2 darts of doubles from Andy Hamilton. Taylor averaging 90, well below par, but right back in this match now. Is Taylor favourite now?
Yeah, I think you'd always put Taylor favourite from here, but Andy Hamilton knows that Phil Taylor has not hit enough trebles. So if he can hit, get a couple of 140s in each leg, he's going to give himself chances. I mean, that was